Welcome to Agoracom Small Cap Breaking News, your daily go-to for the best small cap headlines for over 65 million investors since 2007.
That's right.
So,
Big news day today.
yeah, buckle up because we've got some market-moving news coming out of the small cap world.
Definitely a day for headlines. Let's jump right in.
First up, we've got Draganfly Incorporated.
Okay.
You can find them on the CSE under DPRO.
DPRO.
They just secured an FAA waiver to fly their drones over people and moving vehicles in urban areas.
Wow.
They said, and I quote, "Draganfly is thrilled to be at the forefront of this groundbreaking advancement in the drone industry."
Now, this is a game changer. Think about the possibilities. Public safety, package delivery, infrastructure inspections. It's massive.
And they've already got a designated flight route over the city of Boston.
Wow, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
They're not messing around. I like that.
Next on our radar, PYRGenesis, Incorporated trading on the TSX under PYR.
PYR?
They just scored a European patent for their SPARC waste destruction system.
Nice.
They said in their words, quote, "We are incredibly proud of our team for achieving this significant milestone."
This patent is huge, especially with Europe cracking down on ozone-depleting substances.
Yeah, and this SPARC tech is pretty incredible.
Yeah.
They're using plasma to destroy these harmful substances.
Right, and it's way cleaner than traditional methods.
Yeah, they're talking about significantly lower carbon emissions and hazardous byproducts compared to incineration.
Which makes it a win for the environment and a win for pyrogenesis.
Now let's turn our attention to AI6 Solutions, listed on the TSXV under AIXS.
AIXS.
They're launching a new product called MineSafe Wildfire,
Okay.
which uses AI to predict wildfire risks for mining operations.
Interesting.
They said, quote, "This is a game changer in coactive risk mitigation."
This is smart. With wildfires becoming more frequent and intense, this technology is going to be essential.
Absolutely. This system analyzes wildfire probability in real time, predicts intensity, estimates potential damage, and even tells you how long a mine might be shut down.
Wow.
It's pretty comprehensive.
Mining companies need this kind of edge when it comes to risk. This is a product with some serious market potential.
All right, our next stop takes us to Fiji,
Fiji.
where Lion One Metals Limited trading on the TSXV under LIO just hit some incredible gold grades at their Tuvatu mine.
Let's hear it.
Get this, they pulled out a sample grading 2,749.86 grams of gold per ton.
Whoa, hold on. Say that again?
2,749.86 grams of gold per ton.
That's not just a good find. That's an absolute bonanza.
They said, and I quote, "This intercept ranks amongst the highest grade gold intercepts ever drilled in Fiji."
That's incredible. High-grade deposits like this are what gold miners dream of.
And this came from their Zone 5, which has consistently produced these crazy high gold concentrations.
Really?
They found 1,986 grams per ton back in December and another 1,568 grams per ton in June.
Okay, so this isn't just a one-off. They've hit a really rich vein of gold here.
Moving on to the world of blockchain, Neptune Digital Assets Core on the TSXV under NDA is reporting a record-breaking $26.7 million quarterly net income.
Okay.
That's profit, not revenue.
Now that's a staggering number.
And they said, quote, "We are thrilled to report such strong financial results."
It shows that even with the ups and downs of the crypto market, a smart, diversified approach can thrive.
Yeah, they've got their fingers in a lot of pies.
Like what?
From Bitcoin mining to Solana staking to even an investment in SpaceX.
So they're not putting all their eggs in one basket, that's for sure.
And it's working.
They're not just riding the waves, they're building something solid.
Okay, last but not least, we've got news from West Point Gold Corp trading on the TSXV under WPG.
WPG.
They're reporting promising drill results from their gold chain project in Arizona.
Okay, what'd they find?
They hit a 42.8-meter zone with a gold grade of 2.5 grams per ton.
Not as spectacular as Lion One, but still a decent result.
Yeah, and they think there's potential for even more gold based on further sampling.
I'm listening.
They mentioned hitting 11.7 meters at 5.94 grams per ton in one section.
Okay, so there's definitely potential there. What's their strategy?
They're being very methodical, using advanced analysis techniques to pinpoint the best spots for future drilling.
I like that data-driven approach. It increases their chances of success.
So there you have it. From drones soaring over Boston to gold discoveries in Fiji, today's headlines are a testament to the incredible dynamism of the small cap market.
It's a wild ride for sure, but with some savvy investing, it's a ride that can pay off big time.
But remember, folks, these are just headlines. Don't make any rash decisions based on this news alone.
Exactly. Do your own research, dig into the details, and then decide if any of these companies are a good fit for your investment strategy.
And that wraps up part 1 of our deep dive into today's breaking small cap news. But we're just getting started.
Stay tuned for part 2, where we'll analyze what these headlines really mean for the future of these companies. Welcome back to Agoracom Small Cap Breaking News, where we dig a little deeper into these headlines.
We've had some big news drops this morning, and now it's time to look beyond the hype. See if these companies have the financial muscle to back it all up.
Yeah, let's start with Neptune Digital Assets NDA on the TSXV, that record-breaking $26.7 million quarterly net income.
Hard to ignore that. Their press release highlights their diversified portfolio as a key factor.
Makes sense. How are their assets looking?
Over $76.7 million, a 51% increase from last quarter.
That's a big jump. And it's not just holding Bitcoin, right?
Right. They've been strategically acquiring Solana since it was at $64 per token.
Smart move. That's paying off now, for sure.
So they're generating revenue from multiple sources.
Bitcoin mining, staking DeFi, and their investment in SpaceX.
They're not putting all their eggs in one basket, which is smart in the blockchain world.
And they just secured a $20 million revolving credit facility, giving them the flexibility to make moves as opportunities come up. Very strategic.
Speaking of strategic moves, Lion One Metals LIO on the TSXV, that 2,749.86 grams of gold per ton discovery.
Whoa, that's the kind of discovery that puts a company on the map.
Their Zone 5 has consistently produced these high-grade results, 1,986 grams per ton in December. 5,568 grams per ton in June.
So they found a real sweet spot. What are their plans for the mine?
They're looking to expand operations in 2025.
If Zone 5 keeps producing like this, Lion One's going to be a major player.
Now, West Point Gold, WPG, on the TSXV also had some promising drill results, but not quite as spectacular as Lion One.
Right, but a 42.8-meter zone grading 2.5 grams per ton is still significant.
That suggests a potentially large deposit, and they think there's potential for even more gold.
What are they doing to explore further?
Infill sampling, and they hit 11.7 meters at 5.94 grams per ton in one section.
That's promising, plus they're using data to pinpoint the best drilling spots.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now back to Draganfly DPRO on the CSE, that FAA waiver to fly drones over people and moving vehicles.
Huge regulatory win, but hard to tell the financial impact yet.
It all depends how they leverage it. Can they secure those contracts for public safety, infrastructure, or deliveries?
Right. They do mention a designated flight route over Boston.
So they're working on real-world applications.
That flight route means partnerships. It's not just about the tech, it's the relationships and strategy.
And finally, PYRGenesis PYR on the TSX, and their European patent for that SPARC waste destruction system.
This patent gives them a real edge in a region with strict environmental regulations.
And companies will need to dispose of those ozone-depleting substances.
Sustainability as a business driver.
They're solving a problem and monetizing that solution in a major market.
It's a win-win for sure, doing good and making a profit. What are your thoughts? Any standouts for you?
Neptune's financial performance is impressive. Lion One's gold discoveries are exciting, and PyroGenesis is in a great spot.
I agree. They're all compelling, but this is just the start of the research.
Exactly. This is just the foundation.
Yeah.
Investors need to do their due diligence, assess their risk, and see if these companies fit their portfolio.
Before we jump into the financials, let's step back and look at the bigger picture. What do these headlines tell us about the small cap market?
That's a great point. And that's what we'll explore in the final part of our deep dive.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Agoracom Small Cap Breaking News, where we've been tracking some exciting developments.
We've seen some incredible headlines today from companies pushing the boundaries.
Yeah, and everything from drone tech to gold exploration to sustainable waste management.
It's clear the small cap space is a hotbed of innovation, and these companies are tapping into some major trends shaping the future.
One trend that stands out is the rise of sustainable technologies.
Absolutely. Companies like PyroGenesis proving that environmental responsibility and profitability can go together.
Yeah, their SPARC system is the perfect example. They're not just meeting requirements, they're exceeding them and offering a truly cleaner solution.
And investors are taking notice. Companies with a strong sustainability focus are attracting more and more capital.
Makes sense. People realizing that investing in a greener future is smart, both ethically and financially.
Exactly. Another trend we see is the increasing use of AI.
Like AI6 Solutions and their MindSafe wildfire product AI being used to solve real-world problems.
It's not just about the numbers anymore. It's about predicting and mitigating risks, protecting assets, and saving lives.
And this is just one example. We're seeing AI applications everywhere, from healthcare to finance to manufacturing.
It's a game changer. Companies that can use AI effectively will have a real advantage.
And of course, we can't forget about gold, with Lion One Metals hitting it big in Fiji.
Gold has always been a safe bet. And with all the economic uncertainty, people are turning to precious metals.
Those high-grade discoveries like Lion One's can mean huge value for shareholders.
It's a reminder that there are still fortunes to be made in mining.
Then there's the potential of blockchain tech. Neptune Digital Assets is a great example of how a smart company can navigate that market and make a profit.
They've diversified, invested wisely, and positioned themselves for the long term.
So for the everyday investor, what are the key takeaways here?
The small cap market has huge potential, but it's also important to cut through the hype and find companies with strong fundamentals and a clear vision.
Do your research understand the trends and make informed decisions based on your own risk tolerance?
Remember, investing is a marathon, not a sprint. Be patient, do your homework, and focus on building a portfolio you believe in.
And Agoracom is here to help you stay informed and make smart decisions.
We'll continue to bring you the latest news, analysis, and insights. So keep exploring, keep learning, and never stop looking for those hidden gems.
That wraps up our deep dive into today's breaking small cap news. Thanks for joining us.
And until next time, happy investing!